Welcome everyone. We'll start in a minute as more attendees arrive. Please stay. Thank you. Okay. Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, depending on where you are connecting from. To introduce myself, I'm Shashidhar. I'm part of Citrix Ready technical team. And today we will talk about ViewSonic's SC-T25, which is verified as Citrix Ready Workspace Hub. And we have Eric Ville, Product Marketing Manager, and Rommel Bugay, Technology Partnership Manager from ViewSonic to walk us through this webinar. Thanks, Eric and Rommel, for joining us. And thanks everyone for attending this webinar today. I would like to welcome you all to this Citrix Ready Technical Webinar series where we showcase how Citrix and our partners have integrated to deliver valuable products and solutions to the common problems faced by our customers today. Eric, next slide, please. Thank you. So talk about Citrix Ready program. Citrix Ready is an end-to-end technology partner program which showcases and recommends third-party products, solutions, and services, which also demonstrates the compatibility with the Citrix products. For the customers, it becomes a very easy choice, wherein you could find the solutions which are recommended by Citrix in the Citrix Ready marketplace, and you could navigate to Citrix Ready marketplace by following the URL citrixready.citrix.com. For more information on the Citrix Ready program, you can navigate to citrix.com/partnerprograms/Citrix Ready. So before we start this presentation, I would like to mention that if you have any questions during the webinar, please feel free to use the question panel on the right-hand side in the GTW window, and we will take your questions in the Q&A session at the end. We will also be recording this session, and post the webinar we will be posting to the YouTube channel as well. So we have few poll questions as well during this webinar, so please answer those. So without any delay, let me first put a poll question, and then later on I'll hand this over to Eric. Okay, so here is the poll question. So do you plan to use ZenMobile device management in your organization this year? Okay, we are getting good many answers. Yes. Okay, so I will close the poll now. And 17% say yes, 38% say no, and 45% say not sure. So over to you, Eric. Thanks for joining this webinar. I'll hand this over to you now.
Great, thank you very much, Rubal. Welcome everybody to the Workspace Hub webinar on this first day of summer in the Northern Hemisphere. And I'd like to start off the webinar by letting everybody know that we will be giving away a 4K 28-inch ViewSonic LED display to one lucky attendee of today's webinar. So we'll be selecting from the attendees at the end of the webinar randomly, and we will be notifying the winner of that 4K 28-inch display by email. So that is a $500 value on that display. So that's our way of saying thank you for joining us this morning. And from there, we're going to go right into the webinar. So let's go ahead and get started. So what I want to share with you today is the latest and greatest updates to the Citrix Ready Workspace Hub. So ViewSonic's product is called the SC-T25. This is a certified product, as Rubal mentioned, in the Partner Ready program. This is up on the website. It's shipping today. This is our $99 Workspace Hub solution for enterprise. So we actually started working on this program about 3 years ago with Citrix. And kind of the key, the key reason why we kicked this off initially was to lower the ROI, or the TCO of the solution of implementing thin client endpoints onto the desktop. So what we were able to do with this by selecting a Raspberry Pi based solution was introduce a $99 thin client to the market, which is 25% of the cost of a typical thin client. And so we started shipping 3 years ago. Since that time, we've made a number of enhancements to the solution. One of the key enhancements was the introduction of an enterprise-grade management solution from Stratadesk. That's the Stratadesk no-touch operating system and no-touch center management software. So both of those come with the Workspace Hub. Recently, I think we did some technology previews at Summit and then announced general availability at Synergy last month, was the introduction of the Workspace Hub technologies. And those introduced new types of usage models to the Raspberry Pi based thin clients. Some of those features included token-based beacon detection, which means that you're able to authenticate and transfer your sessions just by coming into a proximity of a Workspace Hub. What that meant is for usage models in various verticals such as healthcare, for example, physicians could enter a patient room, automatically transfer their session, and then begin immediately updating their EMR records, resulting in huge time savings for that type of scenario. At the same time, we also implemented QR code based both casting and roaming, so you can either cast your screen from any mobile device, Windows PC, Mac PC, etc., or you could transfer your sessions from those same devices. At the same time, we announced availability of the RTME. So using RTME 2.4, we're supporting now Skype for Business, which enables VoIP-based soft phones in the workplace as well. Also dual display. At Synergy last month, we announced general availability of our dual display adapter for the first time. So as many of you know, the Pi 3 provides one HDMI output, but by utilizing an H.264 stream over one of those existing USB ports, we are able to piggyback a secondary Pi 0 adapter. And I'll get into that later, but that is available now as well. Also single sign-on for those of you using tap-and-go devices. We are supporting Improbata and Caradigm and NVIDIA currently. And kind of the latest announcement for the Workspace Hub is the readiness of Azure IoT certified certification. So currently the Workspace Hub can act as an edge IoT device as well. So that opens up opportunities for enterprise automation. That could be in a conference room for controlling things such as light or conference room displays, for example. And we've already seen a number of examples of people starting to implement those types of devices on the Workspace Hub. So that's an exciting new update as well. So to get into a little bit about the products and features of the Workspace Hub, so our part number, this is ViewSonic's part number, is the SC-T25. We actually have two versions. We have a US 1, which is with a fixed US power cord, and then we have a US 2, which has international plugs as well. We've just recently finished our Brazil and Argentina certifications on that US 2, and we do have an Argentina certified power adapter as well. So that's an exciting update. So currently our SC-T25 is servicing all of the Americas from Canada down to Brazil. And we're shipping in all of those regions currently. So the hardware of the Pi, whether we're talking the US1 or the US2, is based on a Raspberry Pi 3. So that's obviously using the Broadcom BCM 2837. That's a 1.2 gigahertz quad-core chip. But what really unlocks the potential of this device is the optimized Linux Citrix receiver that has been ported over to this device with extensive support from the Citrix engineering team. I mean, this is the most highly optimized Linux receiver ever created by Citrix, and it provides the ability to handle very heavy workloads on a very light thin client device. So that opens possibilities for design and AutoCAD based and 3D graphics onto the Pi device with very, very good performance. In terms of other peripheral attachments, the Workspace Hub has 4 USB ports. It has a LAN port, 100 megabits, and it has integrated Wi-Fi as well as an HDMI port, audio in and out, and there's even a Kensington lock slot if you would like to secure the device. In terms of mounting the device, ViewSonic does offer a VESA mounting plate as an optional plate, so this could be attached to any of our desktop displays. We also have a separate thin client mounting device for some of our higher end displays. It's kind of a clamping device that the Pi or the secondary display adapter could be used along with as well. So we have a number of accessory options. In terms of warranties, the Workspace Hub comes with a 1-year hardware warranty as well as 1 year of software assurance. So that's for the Stratus no-touch operating system. We do offer the 2nd and 3rd year of both hardware warranty and software assurance, which includes all the latest updates. So anytime Stratus no touch is updated, you'll have availability for that for a nominal fee. It runs approximately $5 per year for both the hardware warranty and then another $5 for the software updates as well. And I mentioned the no-tap, the single sign-on capabilities for Imprivata Paradigm. That's available as a one-time fee. It runs about $15. We call that optional healthcare upgrade pack. So that is available as well. Getting into the dual display adapter, for those of you who were able to attend Synergy, you may have had a chance to see this live in person, but just to give you some additional information on the product, it is shipping now. We were close to shipping at Synergy, but we do have inventory available and shipping now. That runs for a $59 estimated street price. You can kind of see the connection diagram here, how it connects. So basically, you plug into any one of the 4 USB ports of the Workspace Hub, and then we're going to transfer not display link USB data, but real H.264 encoded data, because we do have a decoder in the secondary display adapter as well. So both the Workspace Hub and the adapter have those decode capabilities. We include a USB A to USB micro cable with the secondary display adapter, as well as an HDMI mini to HDMI. So you'll be able to plug that to the secondary monitor. In terms of configuration, the secondary monitor at this point does need to be placed on the right-hand side of the primary display in a horizontal layout, and that session will start automatically once your virtual session is started. We do also include a power adapter, which is not technically required, because the secondary display adapter can get power through the USB port from the Workspace Hub, but for stability's sake, we find that it's much more reliable if it's powered by a separate power source. The Pi products have a tight voltage range, so to to provide the utmost in reliability, we do provide that power adapter as well. And we typically suggest that both power adapters for the Workspace Hub and the secondary display adapter be plugged into the same power strip, and you can control those from that centralized switch. Moving along, in terms of deploying the Workspace Hub and the secondary display adapter, the typical scenario is that you're going to obviously connect all of your Workspace hubs. You're going to connect your RJ45, your monitors, your peripherals. Once you turn those on and boot, assuming that you've already gone ahead and installed the No Touch Center management software, which is available as a free download from ViewSonic's website, the Workspace hubs are going to seek that management center out, and they're going to automatically download their profiles and their settings. And there's a number of ways that can be configured on the No Touch Center management software. One of the very powerful tools that's included in that software is an auto assign wizard, which allows you to specify by separate work groups. You can specify by a number of parameters, including geographic location, IP addresses, connected peripherals, for example. If you have a call center and they're using a specific type of soft phone, you can specify that as one of the requirements for the call center devices, and then each Workspace hub is going to get their own profile. And anytime a change is made, and anytime the Pi boots, it's going to have a reassign policy that it can check as well. So they can actually, after they've done the initial assignments, they can actually reassign themselves as specified by the IT manager. So it's a very powerful tool that makes No Touch Center easy to configure for the utmost flexibility. No Touch Center, I mentioned the software is available on our website. That is available, I should point out, as either a Windows application or as a virtual OVA appliance, and both of those versions are available for download today. Okay, so now you've deployed your Workspace hubs. One thing I would point out in terms of Citrix performance policies, I mentioned one of the things that allows an ARM-based client to function with such high performance is that the rendering is actually being done on the server side. So in order to provide for maximum performance, you will need to enable your H.264 on the server side for full screen operation. So that is critical to ensuring optimum performance, and that will apply to both the Workspace Hub as well as that secondary display adapter, the SC80P025. So that's a key point to remember. In terms of settings for the Citrix receivers for the Workspace Hub functionality, currently the Workspace Hub receiver is available for Android, so that's up today on the Google Play Store. You can download that right now and try it out. As a default, the Workspace Hub is disabled, so you just need to go into the receiver settings and enable that. And then from there are some configuration settings for the proximity for that beacon detection. So with the default settings, so these are the entry RSSI and exit RSSI values. That basically specifies how close do you need to get to the hub to transfer your session, and then once you start moving away, how far do you need to be to disconnect your session and log out. So with those default settings, it's about a 1 meter, about 3 feet to log you in, and about 2 to 3 meters to log you out. And there is a 5 heartbeat detection time involved in that as well. I know at this point the Citrix engineers are working on updating that interface to make it a little more intuitive, so you'll be able to enter those entry and exit points as either feet or meters in the near future. Hopefully by the time that the iOS receiver and the Windows and Mac receivers are ready sometime in the Q4 timeframe, that option will be there as well. Also, I should point out that in environments where you have multiple workspace hubs, you can select which hub you're trying to connect to for roaming. So this is a secure way for you to authenticate and transfer your session to the workspace hub. And also is a potentially replacement for tap and go devices from Imprivata and Paradigm that people are using today. Okay, so you've gone ahead and deployed your workspace hubs. You've got no-touch center management running. You've got your receivers enabled. This is the screen you're going to see when the workspace hub boots up. This is the default splash screen identifying the product as a workspace hub ready to connect. If you've got the proximity set up, obviously you'll connect automatically when you get within range, either as a session transfer or as a casting session. You'll see a QR code on the lower right-hand side of the screen. The Citrix receiver then will have an option to log you in using that QR code technology as well. And on the lower left-hand side, you're going to see some configuration options for setting up the Wi-Fi or the screen configurations or rebooting the device or whatnot. Again, this is the default splash screen, so you do have the option to change this if you wanted to run random nature scenes, for example, or your own customized splash screen. You do have those options as well. Okay, from this point, we're going to do a quick demo on the Workspace Hub technologies. So let me just show you a quick demo to see the Workspace Hub live in action, and you'll get a better idea on some of the